Okay, so I'm just going to show a few of the basic functions of this software. This is the home page, so just kind of the home base for everything. This shows where all the reports are that I've done in the past, and then anytime you add a new report, um, and I'll click back out of here back to the home page. So right here it added that new report. So clicking this link right here is how you create a new report. You're always going to want to use the residential checks dash new template. So I'm going to go back into that report I just created and just kind of show some of the functions here. So to go back to the home screen is right here. Preview is after you've written the report, or at any point throughout writing the report you want to see what it looks like. You can hit this and it'll um, create the report without actually publishing it. Just kind of a quick and easy way to view the report um, without actually finalizing it. And then publish is when you're all done with the report and you're ready to, be done with it, publish it as a final draft. This is the button you would hit. When you do that, you'll see the report show up here. So I don't have anything in this report, but I'll just do a preview real quick. So again, there's nothing in the report yet, but this is what it brings you to the website of, or the web link for the report. Close back out of that, and then we'll go to publish. When you hit publish, you always want to hit publish without sending email. And then you can see it's publishing down here. And there it's fully published. So again, if you want to copy that link, you just hit this button here. See, it copied it. And then if you click on it, it'll take you to your report. And then copy reports is if you want to um, create a new version of the exact same report. Um, probably won't use this very often or at all. I've only used this if I inspect the same house twice, and I don't want to go rewrite everything, but some things have changed. You can copy the report and then just change what needs to be changed in the new one. So this one you probably won't use very much or at all. Save template, don't worry about this for now. This is a little bit more advanced stuff, which we'll get into later. So yeah, for now, don't worry about save template. Don't worry about submit feedback. This just, if you have suggestions for the software company, you can submit them here. Don't worry about this. Settings, I wouldn't worry about this either. This just takes you into the settings page of the software that you shouldn't really need to be modifying anything in here. So these down here, don't worry about at all for now. This column right here are all the different sections of the home. So it just starts with the client property information. This is the page we're on here. Overview, we never use this, but I can't remove it from the software, so you can always skip over overview. General comments, and you just work down through here throughout the report. If you want to expand all of these, you can hit this button here, and it'll expand all of these different sections. It can get a little cluttered and overwhelming over here, so I usually have this collapsed and then just showing the actual section that I'm in, the different sections within that. And then you can see as you move through, it just opens those. Um, this little pencil is for editing these sections. This is more advanced, so don't um, worry about this, or don't even click on this. I don't really want the sections to be modified, so don't be editing those. Um, and then up top here, so you have the report, library, and media. Media is just above where all your pictures are. Report is where you spend most of the time, or almost all the time. Library, I never really click on this, but this will take you into all the different um, narratives for whatever section you're in, or the whole library if you want, and you can search the library. It, I don't use this. I'm always just in the report, so um, really don't even worry about the library. And then so your media is over here on the right. To assign, and then so okay, so further over on the right is this top button is where you're gonna um, find all your pictures, and you want to direct the software where to look for those pictures by changing the media folder here. And so I always put the folder on my desktop right here. So you would just, wherever you're going to save your pictures, you go find them and then select that folder and they'll show up here. Now I'm going to go back and show it. I want it to be here. So, okay, so there's how you do that. You can refresh the media. So if you go put additional pictures into that folder, um, you can hit this button and they'll show up in here. And then hide media is if you click on any of these pictures and you don't want to see them anymore, you can hide them and they go away. If you want to see them again, you can click this button right here, this one that says 2 filters applied, and you would show media, or excuse me, show media marked as hidden, and then they show back up, but you can see this little red circle here with the cross through it. That means that they're hidden. If you want to be able to put those into the report, you have to show them again. So you can click on them and then show them, and now they're back to normal. You can also, so what I like to do is after you use the pictures and put them in the report, they disappear from this pane. And the goal writing the report is to get rid of all your pictures. So, but if you ever need to see them all again, even though they're in the report, you can show them here. And then you can sort the newest media first. But these are the two that I normally use if I need to move things around. But for the most part, you'll just have it unclicked like that. And then these buttons over here, these just take you into some other diagrams. This gets a little more advanced. We can touch on this later, but for now, don't even worry about any of these. This is further down the line of, once you're a little more comfortable with the software. For now, you're just going to be in this top button here, and then assigning the folder of where you have your pictures stored. Okay, so when you get into these sections here, any of these orange lettered links, you can click on the actual lettering or the box. Either one works. And that automatically pastes the narrative into the report. If you want to add an observation, let's say I'll go to a section. Okay, so like drainage and lot location. If there's an issue that doesn't have one of these orange links, then you can add your own observation just by clicking this, and then you would type in whatever you want here. Um, if you type something in and you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna probably be using that a bunch more in the future, you can save it. Um, so you can add it to the library here. You can also edit it in the library. This gets a little more advanced, but basically, if you ever write a narrative and you think you want to save it for future use, you would just add it to the library. Um, and then uh, you can change this modifier. So the default, whenever you add an observation, the default is repair replace, but you can change that to um, any of these. So they're all just different levels of severity, basically. Um, the most common is repair replace. That's why it's the default. Um, so you can just kind of review these just so you're familiar with them, but you can change them around like that. If you ever find something that you're not sure how to write about and you need my help, but I'm not available, what you can do is add an observation, take the pictures that are associated with this thing that you're not too sure about how to write about, drag them in there, and then you don't even need to write anything, you can just flag it. So you're flagging it for review, and then that showed up right here. So if you get 99% of the report done, and then you send it to me and say there's a couple of flagged items for your review, then I know to just go in here and check this, and then I can write whatever it is if it's a little more complicated. Um, so that's a super handy feature of being able to flag uh, items for later review. And then up here, this is just the font size. Don't worry about changing this. Um, to be honest, I don't even know what this does. So you don't ever need to change anything here. If you type anything, you can change that. You can just edit text up here. You can add bullet points, etc. For now, you're not really going to be using any of these features here to start with. It's just going to be kind of using the preset narratives. This edit link, this is a little more advanced. We'll get into this later. Um, copy and paste photo captions is a more advanced. Don't worry about this. This is a little more advanced. And then if you ever want to just get rid of one of these, you just delete it. And then those pictures go back over to the right hand side here. So I'll just show that again. And you can, you're selecting whatever pictures you want, dragging them in here. And then if you go, oh, actually I need to move this, or I don't like the way this looks, I just delete it. The pictures all go back over here. You can add narratives to favorites. I don't really do this. We can talk about this later. So that's kind of it for adding the observations. View favorites, I don't really use. This is just going to show. So remember, I said you can favorite things. if you clicked on this, it would show you a list of all the ones that you favorited in this section. Um, View Common is going to show you the most commonly used narratives in that section. That can be handy, um, but yeah, for the most part, I don't really use these very often. And then View Library is essentially the same thing as clicking on this button here. So I don't really use this much at all. I'm using the Add Observation the most here. If you go back up into the section here, so downspout discharge, for example, there's above grade, below grade, above and below grade. If there were something different that didn't show up here and it's just a custom thing, you can just always type it in. So that's kind of nice. And then I think that's all I can show you for now. Yeah, that's kind of the basics of the software. We'll go back to the home page. And then if you want to delete this, if you ever want to delete a report, and please don't delete any of these old reports. We want to keep those forever. But if you're just creating one to kind of play around with it and mess around and you don't really want to keep it or save it, I'll let it produce the report here. So I'm going to go back to home and I'm just going to delete that report. And then I'm also going to delete the one we were playing with earlier. And then, so here's the two that I actually have today. And then that's going to be it for the basic functions.